top of the key for three. Splash. Big time three. Here comes Vice driving inside. Stolen. Picked up by Samantha Marks. Oh, man, he made it happen.
Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here is the voice of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, the historic rivalry is renewed as the Knox Redskins host cross-county foe, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. This is Indiana High School basketball. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. We welcome you to historic Harold Weinberg Gymnasium in Knox, Indiana, 46534. We are back for more, set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. Well, as we get ready for our 9th basketball broadcast of the season, we have seen both of these teams in action already, and we, of course, have spoken with both head coaches on the historic Saturday Sports Line. That's Jason Breeden of the Redskins and Kent Cheatham of the Blue Jays. When we look at Knox, Redskins head coach Jason Breeden has entered his first official season leading the boys program, and just like the Blue Jays, the Redskins started their season even later than others due to having such a successful football season once again. They began their 2024-2025 journey hosting conference foe Tippecanoe Valley and fell 68-21. We saw them host the Winnemac Warriors in the War on 35 and fell short 56-35. They traveled to LaVille last Saturday for another conference matchup and lost, unfortunately, 65-20, and fell short at LaVille last Saturday for another conference matchup and lost, unfortunately, 65-27 as the Redskins come into tonight's historic rivalry matchup at 0-3 on the year and 0-2 in Indiana Northern State Conference play. Leading the team in the scoring department is Dirk Huff. He's averaging 8.7 points per game. Right behind him is freshman Cole Jordan. He's averaging 5 points per game, and rounding out the top three is Raymond Boyd, averaging 4.5 a game. Kane Weber leads this team in rebounds, averaging 5 boards per game. He also leads the team in assists, averaging 2 dimes per game. Leading the team in steals is Ray Boyd, averaging 1 snag per game. The Redskins offense is averaging 27.7 points per game, and their defense this time is allowing 63 points per game. One thing Coach Breeden has talked to us about is rebounding. He stated they must get better at boxing out and not allowing second chance opportunities. Also, I'm interested in seeing if the Jays go zone at all in this matchup, as the Warriors stayed in a 2-3 zone for much of that game against the Redskins 10 days ago, and it seemed to be somewhat of an issue for the Skins on offense. We definitely know from experience, though, when these two teams meet, it doesn't matter the sport, as Terry Minix would call it. It could be tiddlywinks in the back alley. We are in for a war, and records go out the window. We turn the page and look at the Blue Jays of North Judson, Indiana. Head coach Kent Cheatham entered his 5th season leading the boys program. The Blue Jays started their season against Rochester on the road and came up short 59-43. They then hosted another one of our area teams in the South Central Satellites last Saturday in the Nest, and boy, did we get an exciting finish as the Jays beat the Satellites at overtime on a last-second floater from senior Cole Wilcox. The final was 52-50. That was a fun one to broadcast. The Jays then hosted Morgan Township and won in overtime again. 44-38 was the final. If one thing is for certain, the Jays have that leadership and experience to close out games in the most important moment. Nerves of steel is what they have shown thus far as the Jays come into this matchup at 2-1 on the year and have yet to play a Hoosier North Athletic Conference opponent. No stats are listed online for the Jays at this time, but we do know they are averaging 46.3 points per game on offense, and their defense is allowing 49 points per game. Well, we are in the bustling, historic Harold Weinberg Gymnasium in Knox, Indiana. If you are not here, you need to get here. This is quite a historic matchup between these two cross-county rivals. I've said it before. I've seen a lot of rivalry games from where I'm from in central Indiana. There just quite isn't anything like this game right here. I know there are a lot of big-time rivals in the state of Indiana, but when it comes to these two teams, they want blood. And when I say records go out the window, records go out the window. While the Redskins are young coming into this game against the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, you cannot count anything out here at Harold Weinberg Gymnasium. Normally, this game would be held the night before Thanksgiving, but like I said, due to the fact that both of these teams' football programs, both of these schools' football programs did such an amazing job, they had to push this game back, and I think they picked an amazing date. I would almost go as far as to say they picked the perfect date. Right here around Christmas, family is getting back together. I look out into the crowd. I see former Redskins here that have played and have graduated. They've come back for this battle. I see former Blue Jays here. They're not in any other game. I know that there is another supposed important game going on in South Bend tonight. But if you think that that's more important than this historic rivalry, as someone not from Stark County, you need to check your pulse. We are expecting another great evening of IHSAA boys basketball historic rivalry action as we appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show. Taste the feeling. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Big time shout out to my best friend, John Thompson, as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports and helping continue this amazing tradition on KVB's WKVI. Could you imagine if it wasn't here? We are lucky to say no injuries to report tonight. Yes, Josiah McDaniel is back, folks, the starting quarterback who had some difficulties with his ankle. We saw him in that state championship game. They've given him some extra time to get that ankle back strong. So no injuries tonight. Josiah McDaniel will be on the floor, as that is our Pulaski Memorial Hospital injury report. Stay tuned. We're going to hear from Kent Cheatham of the Blue Jays and Jason Breeden of the Redskins. That's after this break in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
One of our hometown businesses here in our area in Monterey, it's LAP Waste.
Being able to recycle is one of our main goals at LAP Waste. Being able to say that we only take about 8% of our trash to the dump is pretty impressive for us, and we hope to keep building on that.
We service an 80-mile circle from Monterey. If you have a small job, big job, or just have a one-time, we are here to make a difference in this area.
And that phone number, Kirby?
574-542-4019.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columbi.
I'm talking with head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. It's Kent Cheesen. Well, Coach, you've been in some interesting battles this week. 2 overtimes. One, of course, last Saturday. That was pretty interesting. You come into tonight. What do you know about the Knox Redskins?
Well, they play really hard. Offensively, they're going to screen you all over the place. And defensively, they're going to get after you a little bit, too.
Yeah, something we've talked about. You kind of said it after that Rochester game. You wanted to see your guys box out better, which you guys did last Saturday. What do you have to see from the Blue Jays on the floor tonight?
Yeah, we got to continue to improve in rebounding. I think that's one thing we need to dominate in games that we're going to be successful in. And then right now, we're just turning the ball over way too much. We've been in the 20s several times already, so we got to start valuing the basketball a little bit better. Message
to Blue Jay Nation here on the road.
Boy, if you don't want to come to Knox to support the Blue Jays, man, I don't know what to tell you, so you better get here.
Coach, as always, I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
I'm talking with head coach of the Knox Redskins, Jason Breeden. Coach, here we are. It's the big rivalry nobody misses. What have you learned in preparation about the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays?
Well, North Judson, I think, is one of the better coach teams in the area. You know, Ken Cheesen's been there now about 5 years. He's done a great job of implementing their system and their style of basketball, and they most definitely believe in it. So one thing in our preparation is just kind of who's going to out-execute the other team. They're going to try to execute their stuff. We're going to try to execute our stuff. So it's going to be kind of the battle of who can execute their individual stuff the best and who can also take the other team out of their stuff as well. I think the big keys of the game tonight is quite simply who can have the least amount of turnovers in terms of taking care of the basketball, who can win the rebounding battle, and if both of those are fairly equal, then it's just going to come down to shooting percentages for the most part. So those have been kind of the 3 points of emphasis in practice this week.
Yeah, something we talked about last time. You said you were really honing in on boxing out and getting keeping the second chance opportunities to a minimum. Is that still some of the case tonight?
It's going to be the case the whole year, I think. With just our size in terms of our pure physical bodies, along with our youth. I mean, we're going to have to be a team that really excels at, getting a hip on guys, trying to get them out of there. For example, tonight, I'll be saying this probably the rest of the year too. Judson probably has a slight size advantage on us, so we're going to have to do some things to kind of neutralize that to where we can win that rebounding battle.
Message to Redskin Nation here at home.
We appreciate all that are coming out to support us, and we're looking to put a good product on the floor tonight.
Coach, as always, I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
All right, as we get set for Indiana High School boys basketball action, our keys to the game for the Knox Redskins. You just heard it, block out. Don't allow second chance opportunities. Work it inside early to open up shooters on the outside. Do not settle for tough shots. Get it in the paint and attack. Now we flip sides. If I am the head coach of the North Judson-San Blue Jays, here's what has to happen in order to get this win tonight on the road. I would honestly start it man-to-man on defense to see how we match up mano-a-mano in this rivalry battle. If it gets interesting, switch to zone and see what the Redskins can do against it. Just like the Redskins, control the glass and don't allow second chance opportunities, especially in this environment on the road here in Knox. That's our keys to the game. Go ahead, sit back, pop open an ice cold Coke and chill. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our LAP Waste starting lineups are next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
One thing that I always hope for is a white Christmas. It just really reminds me of my childhood and being with the family. This is Mitch Columbi wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The spirit of Christmas lives every day right here on K99.3 WKVI.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration your local Armstrong dealer a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
It's time for the LAP Waste starting lineups. For the Redskins of Knox, Indiana, starting at point guard is Cole Jordan. The 2 guard is Bryson Venice. Starting at small forward, we'll see Dirk Huff. At the 4 is Tegan Johnson. And at the center position is Kane Weber. For the Blue Jays of North Judson, Indiana, starting at point guard is Jamin Christensen. The 2 guard is Josiah McDaniel. Starting small forward is Owen Radke. At the power forward is Cole Wilcox. And at the 5 is Xander Nowak. That is our LAP Waste starting lineups. We will be back to get set for this historic rivalry tip-off. Hey, you are listening to KVB's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
One of our hometown businesses here in our area in Monterey, it's LAP Waste.
Being able to recycle is one of our main goals at LAP Waste. Being able to say that we only take about 8% of our trash to the dump is pretty impressive for us, and we hope to keep building on that.
We service an 80-mile circle from Monterey. If you have a small job, big job, or just have a one-time, we are here to make a difference in this area.
And that phone number, Kirby?
574-542-4019.
When you are considering buying or selling a property, you can't be too careful. The forms, the regulations, the inspections. You need someone who is experienced to help you with the process. The professionals at Welcome Mat Real Estate are experienced in residential and agricultural, both important for our area. And they can help you with your 1031 exchange as well. Call Welcome Mat Real Estate at 574-896-5138, and a friendly hand will hold you as you work through your real estate transaction.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
From historic Harold Weinberg Gymnasium in Knox, Indiana, welcome to game number 9 of our Indiana high school basketball season between the Knox Redskins and the North Judson-San Blue Jays. The rivalry is renewed. I am Mitch Columbi, and the tradition does continue here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. You, of course, can stay up to speed on local high school sports in this area by following us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. You can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. We are literally in the palm of your hand. Well, we are proud to let you know the public address announcer tonight at historic Harold Weinberg Gymnasium is our old friend Nathan Welter, the scoreboard operator. He's a Knox Redskin alum from just a couple of years ago. It's Alex Wackel. We remember him. He's a great basketball player. Also was a part of that amazing football team a couple of years ago. And in charge of the official scorebook tonight is our good friend Ron Kakula. Always love getting a chance to talk with Ron up at the press box when we do football games. When we do basketball games here at Knox, I'm located on the second level, so I don't get a chance to talk to Ron as much during the basketball season, but always a pleasure to talk with Ron Kakula. I also saw Tim Knowlton in the house tonight. Normally, Tim Knowlton is the official statistician for the football team, but tonight I don't think he's working. I think he actually might have the night out. I don't know. I'm sure he's doing something, but it's always good to see Tim Knowlton. Shout out to him. Our officials for this evening are Danny Zuccarelli, Carrie Schnick, and Terry Sherrill. We talked about Terry Sherrill this past Tuesday at Tri-Township. That is one ref that Terry Minnick said he actually got along with, that him and Terry Sherrill just really were able to understand each other. And, of course, Terry Sherrill comes running up to see Terry Minnick and shakes his hand, and just a lot of energy from Terry Sherrill, a great official. Like I said, I'm Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for Indiana high school boys basketball historic rivalry action from Knox, Indiana. We look around our other area teams. There is a girls and boys doubleheader going on tonight. Our Tri-Township Tigers, both girls and boys teams, are hosting Boone Grove. We'll do our best to see if we can get score updates throughout the night on on those two matchups for the Tri-Township Tigers. Of course, we saw the Tri-Township Lady Tigers this past Tuesday. Tough loss at home in the Den against the Culver Lady Cavaliers. My goodness, did they show us some fight even in that loss last night to the North Judson-San Lady Blue Jays. The Lady Jays had to work for that win last night. It did not come easy. The Lady Cavs really know how to fight. Speaking of the Lady Cavs, they are in action hosting Career Academy tonight. And then on the boys' side of things, the Culver Cavaliers are on the road. They headed south to North Miami. And then the Winamac Warriors are at Triton tonight. Of course, Triton pretty good early, but like I said last time we talked about the Winamac Warriors, I really like their unselfishness. They get the ball to the open guy. Definitely not a bunch of hot doggers. These guys like to share the rock, so we'll see what happens between the Winamac Warriors and the Triton Trojans tonight. We also remind you tonight's tip-off is brought to you brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winnemac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. Shout out to Harold Welter. We hope he is doing well tonight as we are standing by for our national anthem, getting ready to hand things off to our public address announcer, Nathan Welter. Of course, we remember Nathan Welter 10 years ago when I started here. He was the sports director for WKVI. He just couldn't quite put the microphone fully down, and he has become the voice for the Redskins in all sports. He does such an amazing job, and everyone looks forward to his starting lineups. So we will give him the floor here as we turn things over here at Harold Weinberg Gymnasium, historic Harold Weinberg Gymnasium, to public address announcer Nathan Welter.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Harold Weinberg Gymnasium for tonight's varsity boys basketball contest between North Judson and your Knox Redskins. As proud members of the IHSAA, both North Judson and Knox have made a commitment to promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at all IHSAA events. From vanity, degrading remarks, and intimidating actions directed at officials or competitors will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from this event. Thank you for being a positive spectator. At this time, we ask that everybody please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
We talked about Tri-Township just a moment ago. We're going to see the Tri-Township Tigers boys team tomorrow night here in Stark County. We are seeing all the amazing gyms this week in Stark County. Of course, we were in the beautiful nest last night of North Judson-San Pierre. Tonight, we are in Knox for the Harold Weinberg Gymnasium, the historic battle between the Knox Redskins and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. Tomorrow, we will be at Oregon Davis in the Bobcat Den, the beautiful Bobcat Den. I love the dome at the Bobcat Den. They are hosting one of our other area teams, the Tri-Township Tigers, so very excited. Terry Minix will be back for that tomorrow night. We're very excited to be in the Den, but all three Stark County high schools were visited by WKVI this week. You know we've got your back, Stark County. They're going through the starting lineups right now. We'll go ahead and remind you who those starters are for the Redskins of Knox, Indiana. Starting at point guard, it's freshman Cole Jordan. The two guard is freshman Bryson Venice. Two freshmen in the starting lineup for the Redskins. Feet to the fire, why not? Starting at small forward is Dirk Cuff. We know he can get things going. At the 4 is Tegan Johnson, and at the 5 is Kane Weber. Johnson also a freshman, so 3 freshman starters for the Redskins tonight. I had to double check my notes to make sure. For the Blue Jays of North Judson, Indiana, starting at point guard is Javen Christensen. At the 2 guard is Josiah McDaniel. Starting small forward is Owen Radke. The power forward is Cole Wilcox, and the center is Xander Nowak. Well, MOT, moment of truth. The place is packed. Redskin Nation is here. Blue Jay Nation is here. It's a family affair, and you better believe bragging rights are on the line. I won't tell you who or what team said this, but I've talked to some of the players over the few years I've been here. Some of the players' parents have told them, this is what they say, if you lose to Knox or if you lose to North Judson, don't even bother coming home tonight. That's how important this rivalry is between these two teams, as our web printing JT Shirt Shack tip is up and away, and the Redskins will control it. It's Dirk Cuff crossing the timeline. He's got Owen Radke on him. Man-to-man from the Jays. Little mano-y-mano. Kane Weber up top, kicks it over to Dirk Cuff. Step back, thought about it, but no. Swings it over, now to the far side of the floor. That is Cole Jordan, then to Kane Weber. Back to Dirk Cuff. Then over to Tegan Johnson. Johnson back to Kane Weber, then to Bryson Venice. Good ball movement from the Redskins. Jordan finds himself for a big-time three. No good. Fight for the rebound. The Jays come up with it, and now the Redskins will come up with a reach-in. Head coach Jason Breeden is bringing the energy tonight. He didn't like what he saw on that steal attempt, and it caused a foul for the Redskins. So they have one here in this quarter, and the Jays will inbound it. It's Javen Christensen to bring it across the timeline. Christensen looking inside, nothing there. Back out up top, Owen Radke swings it over. Josiah McDaniel. Now back to number 30, Xander Nowak up top in the center position. Gets it back over to McDaniel. Looking inside at Owen Radke, nothing there. Now attacks, gets into the paint, back out to Javen Christensen. 1 minute has gone by, scoreless here in a historic rivalry. Nobody misses. Cole Wilcox going baseline, takes on two Redskins. Skip pass to the far corner, now up to Josiah McDaniel for three. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Kane Weber, and that was a big boy rebound between two Blue Jays, and here come the Redskins. Jordan to bring it forward. The freshman crosses the timeline. He's got Cole Wilcox on him. Back out up top, Tegan Johnson. Bryson Venice comes up, gets the ball. Now he hands off to Kane Weber. Back over to Dirk Huff. Huff back to Johnson. 6:30 to go in the first. Now over to Cole Jordan. Back up top, Kane Weber. Swings it over, Dirk Huff. Owen Radke on him. Back out up top, Tegan Johnson here. Now to Bryson Venice, far side of the floor. Back out up top, Kane Weber. Then to Dirk Huff. Open three, but we have a whistle. And they're calling a loose ball foul here on Tegan Johnson. Gauging the way these officials will call the night. Two quick ones for the Redskins early. Scoreless. Coming up on 6 minutes to go in the first is Javen Christensen. A little pressure from the Redskins. Swings it over. Josiah McDaniel inside to Xander Nowak. No good. He's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two, as Keener Construction is a proud supporter of all local high school sports. Call Chad Keen at Keener Construction today for all your construction needs at 574-806-1387. Let Keener Construction build you a home today. Xander Nowak hits the first of two, as Osborne Advantage Real Estate is a proud sponsor of all local high school sports and would love the opportunity to make you feel right at home here in Stark County. Call them today at 574-896-2567. Nowak misses the second. Saved by Cole Wilcox. Back to Nowak. Couldn't get it off the glass, and rebound Redskins. Here comes Cole Jordan. Back to Kane Weber, then over to Bryson Venice. Up top to Tegan Johnson, swings it over. Owen Radke pokes it out of bounds. He got his hand in the passing lane. Good job by him. These Jays do a good job of keeping their hands up. They swarm well. Kind of like Blue Jays. Dirk Huff near corner, driving baseline off the glass. Couldn't get it to go. Tegan Johnson tried to come up with the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. Huff had the lane. Almost surprised he had that much space. Put too much spin off the glass, and he misses. 1-0, the Jays lead. 5:30 to go in the first. What did I tell you? Records out the window. It doesn't matter who's on the court. When these two teams meet up, blood is on the line. Bragging rights are on the line. The fans are starving for it as it's inside to Cole Wilcox off the glass, and he gets it to go. 3-0, Jays lead. Good entry pass to the low block for Cole Wilcox, and now on the other end of the floor, they're calling an offensive foul on the Redskins. They're calling it on Tegan Johnson. Oh my gosh, I think that might be Tegan Johnson's third. and he will have to take a seat, if not his second foul. They will bring in number 32. That's Connor Leinhardt. Back in action, the Jays have it, right block. Josiah McDaniel trying to assert his dominance. Back out, Javen Christensen near corner. Here comes the double. Tipped out of bounds, last touch by the Redskins. It stays here, Jays ball. Love the intensity from head coach Jason Breeden of the Knox Redskins tonight. He is very, very animated. Of course, we talked to him this past weekend on the Saturday Sports Line. This is his first experience. He's never actually witnessed these two teams play, but he has heard stories, and you can tell by his animations, he knows this game means business. Far corner, Cole Wilcox inside to Owen Radke. Dump off to Xander Nowak, takes the bump, no good. Foul will be called on Bryson Venice. Nowak, such a tall individual. They will call it on Bryson Venice. You look at Xander Nowak, 6'4", sophomore. Quite an up-and-comer, and now starting at the center position. The first one is up away, and it is good, making it 4-0. The Jays lead. Sideline Automotive is a hometown proud auto care shop. Recently voted Stark County's best for tires and oil changes. Call Joe today at 574-249-5537. Nowak hits the second. 5-0, the Jays lead. Redskins have it on the other end of the floor. It's Dirk Huff. Back out up top, Bryson Venice. Back to Huff, near corner. He's running baseline, pops the three. Overshot it, rebounded by Cole Wilcox. He gets it to Christensen, and here they come. Crosses the timeline. Gets it to the far side of the floor. Logan Pradke, who checked in a moment ago, driving baseline, picks up his dribble, short corner, far side of the floor, then back out up top. Cole Wilcox attacking, couldn't get it to go, and it's rebounded by Cole Jordan, the freshman point guard. Brings it across the timeline, finds Dirk Huff. Yeah, they want Huff running baseline, trying to get options for him, as now it's back to the near side of the floor. Cole Jordan, then back out up top. That is Connor Leinhardt, then to Dirk Huff, back to Kane Weber, going inside to the right elbow, hands off to Huff, step back, thought about a three. Logan Pradke was all over him. Then back over to Cole Jordan. 3:30 to go in the first, 5-0. The Jays lead their historic rival, the Knox Redskins. Huff driving baseline, picks up his dribble, and a reach-in foul will be called on the baseline. I assume Logan Pradke here. Yep, that's what Terry Sherrill is saying. Logan Pradke, who picks up his first of the night. Checking in for the Redskins is number 14, Justin Downs. The sophomore checking out is Dirk Huff. Downs to take it out of bounds underneath their own basket. Finds Kane Weber. Nice move, slashing inside. He gets it to go off the glass. 5-2, the Redskins get on the board. Christensen for the Jays will cross the timeline. Dancing around, thought about a three, back to Cole Wilcox, then over to Logan Pradke, and 3 seconds in the lane. I think they're going to call it on C.J. Sanchez camping out on the inside, so it will be a turnover for the Jays. The Redskins take over, down by 3. 3 minutes to go in the first. I'm Mitch Columby. It's an honor to be here for you folks tonight. This historic rivalry would never be missed. Looking inside, Cole Jordan back out up top to Kane Weber. Then over to Cole Jordan, pops the three, too hard, rebounded by Javen Christensen. Christensen's gonna push the tempo, crosses the timeline, gets it to the right elbow, almost stolen by the Redskins. Justin Downs poked his hand in there, and then Kane Weber got a piece of it, and it goes sailing out of bounds right in front of the Redskins bench. Logan Pradke will take it out. Slaps the ball, here comes the play. He just kicks it backcourt to Javen Christensen. Christensen lobbed to C.J. Sanchez on the inside, and he gets the and one to go. C.J. Sanchez, 6'5", checked in a few moments ago. This junior, he's a handful. Let's just say that. You got to guard somebody like that on the inside. More times than not, he is going to get you, as L&D Farms is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They are no stranger to hard work and dedication and recognize the structure and discipline that goes into playing sports and being part of a team. L&D Farms wishes all local teams good luck this season. C.J. Sanchez gets the old-fashioned three-point play. The Jays lead 8-2. 2:30 to go in the first. Jordan kicks it over to the far side of the floor. Dirk Huff back up top. Kane Weber swings it over near side of the floor. Cole Jordan. Cole Wilcox on him, driving baseline on Wilcox. Picks it up short corner. Here comes the double. Back out to Kane Weber. Then over to Connor Leinhardt. Back up top to Justin Downs, who then gets it to Dirk Huff. Huff. Ooh. Quick call. Eli Radke barely put his hand on him, but that was enough to call the foul. So the Redskins have 5 fouls in this quarter, so the next foul the Redskins commit, the Jays will go to the line to shoot 2. The Jays have only committed 2 in this quarter. Downs will kick it in to Cole Jordan. Last 2 minutes of this first quarter. Jordan has it at the volleyball line with Cole Wilcox on him, driving to the near side of the floor. Back out up top, almost stolen, saved by Connor Leinhardt. Now he takes it into the free throw line. Back out far side of the floor, Dirk Huff. Huff picks up his dribble, then back to Kane Weber. Right above the free throw line, then takes it back out. Swings it over. Cole Jordan pops a wide open 3, in and out. Couldn't get it to go, and Logan Pradke comes up with the rebound. Pradke crossing the timeline, kicks it. Oh, nice little move there by number 15, Christian Ingram. Then back out to Pradke, drives in, pops it from just above the free throw line, no good. And then a foul will be called on the inside. They're going to call this Christian Ingram. Ingram's second foul already. He will check out. Josiah will check back in. Bryson Venice also checking back in for Justin Downs for the Redskins. And now we see full court pressure from the Jays. Redskins getting it in to Dirk Huff. He'll cross the timeline. They beat the press. Back to Cole Jordan. Dump off. Connor Leinhardt off the glass. They beat the press, and the Jays didn't get back quick enough. The Redskins bring it within 4. 8-4 is the score. 1:10 to go in the first. Oh, no. Cole Wilcox kicks it over to Logan Pradke near side of the floor, and it slips out of his hands and goes out of bounds. A little frustration there from Cole Wilcox. He's chatting with Logan Pradke. So a turnover from the Jays, sees the Redskins have it. They need something here. Dirk Huff, far side of the floor, kicks it back out up top. Kane Weber, they want Cole Jordan. They like that motion action off the pick from Connor Leinhardt on the inside. Thought about a 3, but no. Back to Connor Leinhardt, then to Bryson Venice, who pops a 3. Near corner, splash. 8-7, 1-point ball game. The Jays lead, but the Redskins are coming. 40 seconds to go here in the first. Man, we talked about it. It doesn't matter what grade you are in. If you're a freshman, a senior, a junior, a sophomore, whenever these two teams meet, something different, man. There is something different about this rivalry. Everything goes out the window. You'd look at the Jays and say, oh, more experienced, a little older. Not in this game. A lot is on the line. Of course, that is true, as here's a big 3 from Josiah McDaniel. Splash, 11-7. They answer on the next possession. Last 2 seconds, Dirk Huff heaves it. No good, and that will be the end of the first quarter. 11-7. The Jays lead their historic rival, the Redskins of Knox. We're taking a break and coming back. Don't go anywhere.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
Back second historic Harold Weinberg Gymnasium. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead their heated rival, the Knox Redskins, 11-7. I'm Mitch Columby. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. We go to the second quarter as the Jays almost go over and back, but it was tipped by Dirk Huff. They have the ball to start the second. It's Josiah McDaniel popping another three. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Christian Ingram for a second chance opportunity. Back out to Josiah McDaniel, and the dump-off pass to Xander Nowak. Nice play there. 13-7. The Jays lead by 6. Cole Jordan will cross the timeline here. Quite a fight between these two teams to start things out. We're in for a good one. Linehart up top, finds Bryson Venice, far side of the floor, driving in, pops it from 14, smart play, couldn't get it to go though. Rebounded by Xander Nowak, he gets it to Javen Christensen, and now here comes Christensen to cross the timeline. Ooh, he tried to get it to Josiah McDaniel, and Dirk Huff read it well. He tips it right out of bounds. His hand got in the passing lane, and now the Jays will have it, far side of the floor, sideline out of bounds play. They'll get it into Christian Ingram. Ingram, we've talked about him, a junior, 6'4", a lot of length the Jays have. Blessed with that, as here's Ingram, top of the key, attacking Bryson Venice. Ooh, jump step, and they're going to call a travel. He took too many steps, so a turnover there by the Jays. Unfortunate there. Ingram just trying to create some space. Now in the NBA, that wouldn't have been called a travel. They let him walk all day. But in Indiana, we play real basketball. It's Bryson Venice on the other side of the floor, back to Kane Weber, then gets it over to Cole Jordan, thought about a three, back it up top to Connor Linehart, then swings it over to Dirk Huff, far side of the floor, gets inside, back out to Kane Weber. Weber with Xander Nowak on him, back out to Cole Jordan, then up top to Connor Linehart, then over to Dirk Huff. Driving inside, fakes once, twice, up, couldn't get it to go. Fight for the rebound, long rebound, it's Xander Nowak. He's going to take on two Redskins. A third was trailing, couldn't get it to go off the glass, and out of frustration, he tried to slap the ball out of Bryson Venice's hands, and they call him for a foul. Nowak's first of the night. First in this quarter for the Jays. Cole Wilcox will check in. Checking out is Christian Ingram, the junior. So for the Jays, Owen Radke, Xander Nowak, Cole Wilcox, Josiah McDaniel, and Javen Christensen. We'll get to the Redskins in a moment. Cole Jordan kicks it over. Bryson Venice, then out up top. Kane Weber swings it over. It's Dirk Huff driving baseline. Pops it from 13. Couldn't get it to go. It falls into his hands for a second chance opportunity, and a foul will be called on the inside. It bounced off the rim from the miss, hit a player's hand, and deflected right to Dirk Huff. He reacted well, but couldn't get it to go or get a shot off. So now it's an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket. Huff to take it out, lobs it up to the free throw line, back to Huff. Big-time three, near corner, too much air, and rebounded by Josiah McDaniel. Now Josiah's taking it inside, back out to Javen Christensen. Christensen cross-court pass, Owen Radke, far corner three, no good. Rebounded by Dirk Huff. Here comes Huff. Step back 16-footer, and that is his shot. Dirk Huff likes that. We saw it against the Winamac Warriors 10 days ago. He creates space by that jab step back, pops it from 14, cash money. And now on the other side of the floor, it's a reach-in foul by Kane Weber. Something I'm finding interesting by the Redskins, they're doing a lot of motion. They're moving the ball quite well, but they're also pulling Kane Weber out from down low, allowing Dirk Huff to drive inside. I wonder how long they'll stay with that, knowing Kane Weber can establish himself on the inside as well. A lot of options for the Redskins right now, only down by 4, 13-9. The Jays have it with 5 minutes to go. Cole Wilcox top of the key, and now an offensive foul will be called on a moving screen from Owen Radke. That is Radke's second. So some fouls are being called tonight. The officials are letting us know they're here in the building. Near side of the floor, Dirk Huff back out up top, Kane Weber. Weber, far side of the floor to Cole Jordan. He saved it from going out of bounds. Then back up top to Connor Linehart. Swings it over to Dirk Huff, driving baseline. picks up his dribble at the short corner, then spins out, back out to Kane Weber, then to Connor Leinhardt, then over to Bryson Venice. No good from 3. Rebounded by Xander Nowak, and here come the Jays. Josiah McDaniel hits the rivalry, nobody misses. Javen Christensen inside to Xander Nowak at the right block, trying to create space. Dump off to Cole Wilcox. He couldn't get the and one to go, but he is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. They are going to call this on Cole Jordan, his first of the night. As L&D Farms is a proud sponsor of local high school sports, they are no stranger to hard work and dedication and recognize the structure and discipline that goes into playing sports and being part of a team. L&D Farms wishes all local teams good luck this season. Local Union USW 9551 is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They believe in the future of these young adults and wish them luck as they take on their opponents this season. Wilcox makes both free throws, good for him. 15-9 is the score. Cole Jordan to bring it forward, crosses the timeline. Near side of the floor, it's Dirk Huff. Back out up top, it's Kane Weber. Weber, far side of the floor, Cole Jordan. Then back out up top, Connor Leinhardt. Then to Dirk Huff. Dirk Huff spinning around, Cole Wilcox on him. Inside to Cole Jordan, just above the left block. Couldn't get it to go. That was about from 13 feet. And it's rebounded by Josiah McDaniel. Here come the Jays. Swings it over. Javen Christensen back up top. McDaniel. Then to Pradke. Then to the near corner, Cole Wilcox. Back to Josiah McDaniel. Back up top to Pradke. Pradke to Nowak. Then to the near corner. Javen Christensen. Christensen back to Xander Nowak. Then back to Javen. Pops the 3. Too hard. Rebounded by Kane Weber. 15-9. 3:30 to go in the first half. Cole Jordan crosses the timeline. Far corner, Bryson Venice fakes the 3, driving baseline, then back out up top. Stolen by Javen Christensen. He read the passing lane well, and he will lay it in easily. 17-9, the Jays lead. Big time shout out to loyal listener Robert Worsler. He loves WKVI Sports. We appreciate our loyal listeners. As now a foul is on the inside. Logan Pradke will pick up his second, a reach-in foul here. So the Redskins will have it underneath their own basket. That was the Jays' 4th foul in this quarter. One more puts the Redskins at the line to shoot 2. Kane Weber will check out. Checking in for the Redskins is Chase Fletcher, the freshman, number 13. The Redskins kick it out up top. Cole Jordan swings it over to Dirk Huff. Huff brings it out. It looks like the Jays are in a zone now. What did I talk about in the pregame show, folks? 2-3 zone now from the Jays. They want to see how the Redskins can react. This is something they had trouble with against the Winamac Warriors. Huff back out up top to Cole Jordan. You got to attack the zone now. You got to attack the zone. Flash middle, flash baseline. You have to attack the zone to scrunch it in. It's a lot of standing around right now. Cole Jordan swinging it over. Dirk Huff, then back to Cole Jordan. He's going to pop the 3, and that's what the 2-3 zone wants you to do. No good. Rebounded by Cole Wilcox. Here come the Jays, pushing it forward to Josiah McDaniel. Inside, Xander Nowak. From the left block, no good. He misses it, but he will go to the line to shoot 2. I believe they're going to call this foul on Connor Leinhardt, and they will. That's his second already. Randall's Funeral Home of Hamlet and Coons Lake have been proud supporters of local high school sports since 1952. Contact them today at 574-867-3321 for Hamlet or 574-586-2120 for Coons Lake. Nowak misses the first of 2 as Welcome Mat Real Estate are proud sponsors of local high school sports. They take care of agriculture, residential, and 1031 exchanges. Call them today at 574-896-5138. Nowak hits the second of 2, 18-9. The Jays lead by 9 with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. They're pulling away slowly. They're staying in that zone, and now here's Kane Weber at the right elbow. Back out up top to Cole Jordan. Then to Dirk Huff, back to Jordan. Then over to Bryson Venice. Bryson, back up top. Jordan swings it over. Dirk Huff, near side of the floor. You got to attack the zone. Swings it over, far side of the floor. Another 3 from Bryson Venice is no good. Rebounded by the Jays, and here they come. Javen Christensen crosses the timeline, and it's tipped out of bounds by Dirk Huff. if you're Dirk Cuff, if you're Bryson Vanice, and you get it extended wing on a 2-3 zone, just go straight to the paint, attack. The D will shrink, the D will collapse, and that's where those open threes will come from. I'm not saying we can't shoot threes. What I'm saying is let's make that 2-3 move. When they just stand around, they're getting a break. Make them move. You have to attack a zone. Jays get it in. Hand off back to Christensen. Near corner pops a three. No good. Rebounded by Cole Wilcox. Couldn't get the second chance opportunity to go. CJ Sanchez gets the rebound. His putback's no good. But a foul is called, and he will go to the line now. So Chase Fletcher will come up with the foul, his first of the night. CJ Sanchez at the line. First of two is no good. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue this wonderful tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Second free throw, no good, but Xander Nowak slipped in there, and he gets the putback to go. 20-9. 1:15 to go in the second. The Jays lead, and they're still in that zone. Now they get it inside. Back out, wide open. Bryson Vanice for three. No good. Hit the rim, though. And then a fight for the rebound. We'll see what they call here on the inside. I believe they're going to call over the back on CJ Sanchez. That's the fifth foul of this quarter. It sends Kane Weber to the line. But you see what just happened there. They got it to Kane just inside the free throw line. What'd that 2-3 zone do? They come in to help, and then he kicks it out far corner. Bryson Vanice for a wide open three. That's exactly what you have to do to a 2-3 zone. First of two free throws is good, makes it 20-10. As Weber at the line for the second free throw. No good that time. Rebounded by Cole Wilcox. Wilcox gets it over to Javen Christensen. Full court pressure from Dirk Cuff. He is all over Javen. Javen gets by him. Drives inside. Floater. No good. Rebounded by CJ Sanchez. His putback is good. He's too big to handle. 6'5" on the inside, and they can't stop it. Cole Jordan to bring it across the timeline. Jays lead by 12 here. Last 45 seconds of the first half. Bryson Vanice, far side of the floor. Short corner to Kane Weber, then to Connor Linehart. That is what I like to see. They got it short corner. What'd the D do? They go to a 10 to Kane Weber. Kane dumps off in the inside to Connor Linehart. Now they're starting to get it. Get to the paint. Attack, attack, attack. Linehart at the line to shoot two. He missed it, but he has two opportunities here as he sinks the first of two. Today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard or Dean. Second free throw from Linehart. Hits the back of the rim and is no good. Rebounded by Cole Wilcox. 35 seconds to go, 22-11. The Blue Jays lead their historic rival, the Knox Redskins. It's the rivalry nobody misses. Swings it over, Josiah McDaniel. Looks like the Jays are hoping to have one shot here to end the first half. Out up top to CJ Sanchez, then back to Josiah McDaniel. Back to Cole Wilcox. He's looking at head coach Kent Cheatham. He gets the call, and here it comes. Wilcox with Vanice on him. Swings it over to Christian Ingram, near side of the floor. Back out up top, CJ Sanchez. Then back to Josiah McDaniel, attacking, going inside. Blocked by Vanice. McDaniel comes up with it, though. Now he's fading away for the second chance opportunity. No good, but guess who's there to clean the glass? It's Cole Wilcox, but he couldn't get it to go. And that is the end of the first half. 22-11. The North Judson-San Blue Jays lead the Knox Redskins. We're taking a break and coming back. KVB halftime show is on the way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know that when agriculture thrives, we all do. It's the heart and grit of our agricultural communities that keep the crops coming in and the livestock cared for day and night. That's why we build financial solutions around the needs and schedules of our ag clients. I'm Isaac Blue, ag banker at Knox, North Judson, and Culver. If you're looking for a financial partner that has over 135 years experience in understanding and supporting agriculture, I'd like to hear from you. Let's harvest success together. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winnemac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years' experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winnemac. Call 574-946-6894.
22-11 in this historic rivalry nobody misses. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. The Blue Jays lead their historic rival, the Knox Redskins, in this one, as I said, 22-11. Well, stuff to break down. We talked about it in the Coca-Cola pregame show. Keys to the game, I said if I'm the Jays, I'm starting man-to-man just to see how we look in this rivalry matchup on the road, mano-a-mano. That's exactly what Kent Cheatham did. And then I said at some point if things get interesting, let's throw the zone at the Redskins. We saw the zone be a problem for the Redskins 10 days ago against the Winnemac Warriors. They just aren't sure what to do quite yet. They've shown signs where they want to attack that middle and get in the paint. But overall, that is what really pulled the Jays away here, leading by 11. 22-11 is the score. So double the amount of points. They're making things happen. But another one of our area games that we talked about a little earlier, the Culver Lady Cavaliers hosting South Bend Career Academy. And what did I talk about in the Lady Cavs in the pregame show was that they have so much fight. They beat the Tri-Township Lady Tigers on the road on Tuesday, and they made the Lady Jays work for everything last night in the Nest, even though the Lady Cavs lost. This team is one of the most aggressive lady basketball teams in our area, and on the line from a big-time win tonight over South Bend Career Academy is head coach of the Lady Cavs, Adam Neese. Coach, must have been a defensive effort from the Lady Cavs tonight. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, we really got after it. We were pretty tenacious up top, and really a lot of those leak-out steals led to points tonight, and we were really excited to see that.
Yeah, we've been seeing amazing play from Ava McCune, the freshman. Also, Amaya Williams. We kind of talked off the air last night. She's coming into her own right now. What did you see tonight on the floor that you really, really got excited about from the Lady Cavs you can share?
You'll be happy to hear this one, Mitch. Amaya went for 15 and about 11 boards tonight.
Wow.
And every time she touched the ball inside, she was making a move at the rim, stuff that we talked about off the air last night. And, again, we were excited to see that growth, especially from last night to tonight. Wasn't a long layoff, so she really brought it. Also, we had some other big scores tonight. Ava, again, was outstanding. She had 9. Schlemler kind of came on. She hasn't hit shots for us lately, but tonight she ended up hitting some. She got herself into double figures as well. It was just a really good overall team effort tonight.
Well, you know, a beautiful gym there at John R. Nelson Gymnasium. I know you guys love playing at home. How'd the Barrett sisters do tonight?
Oh, they did. They were fantastic. Bryn really got going on the rebounds. Again, I think when she gets a rebound defensively and is able to push it up herself, that makes life easier on her little sister, and it makes life easier on Ava as well. Ashlyn hit some big shots again for us tonight. Again, Ashlyn's starting to throw some of them dime passes. Again, kind of playing a little bit of a point guard role for us. So we're really excited about we were able to get the ball in her hands tonight, run some of our sets, and again, she looked crisp in everything she did.
You talk about quick turnaround, Coach. You're not just done tonight and going to Christmas break. You've got work to do on Monday. You host North Miami. Of course, the boys are on the road at North Miami tonight. What do you know about the Lady North Miami Warriors?
Now, we thought we were going to play them earlier on, so me and Coach Barrett went down there and got a scout for them first game of the year, but now the game got pushed back due to volleyball success and all that other stuff, so now we're seeing them late. So we finally get to use a live scout for once, so that's going to be fun. Again, North Miami is a good ball club. They're going to play really hard. Again, they get after it in a full court. We got to see them in Western early in the year, and they really got after it. Again, they brought a 2-2-1, so we got to be prepared for that. But we've got to see that here in the past couple of weeks. So, again, I think if we can just execute, doing our stuff, we're going to be just fine on Monday.
Well, I know this may be a tough question, but have you heard anything about the boys' game yet tonight?
No, I have not heard anything about the boys' game yet. I've been waiting by the phone to hear something, and
Sure.
I imagine I'll be getting a text here soon from the McCunes, and they'll be letting me know, and I'll send it your way too, Mitch.
Yeah, please do. Well, Coach, I appreciate you hopping on here in the KVB Halftime Show. It's always an honor to talk to you. I sure do appreciate everything that you do for Culver, you and your brother and your whole – I mean, I love your coaching staff. The energy that you guys have, it's a lot of fun to watch a game like last night. I know it didn't go your way, but, man, I just see your entire coaching staff so engaged, Coach. It's got to make it fun for you.
Yeah, it takes a village, and I'm extremely blessed to have the guys that I have. And again, everybody's bought in, everybody's locked in, ready to go, and it's such an exciting thing for our girls to have that in their corner.
Well, I can say this because Career Academy isn't one of our area teams, Coach. Big win tonight. Go Cavs.
Go Cavs, baby. I appreciate you, Mitch, and everything you guys do at WKVI.
Hey, you have a wonderful weekend. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Coach.
Merry Christmas. Go Cavs.
That is head coach of the Culver Lady Cavaliers, Adam Neese. Huge win. You heard that right, folks. 62-4 was the final as the Lady Cavs even out their season. They're at 500, 7-7, and they are fighting hard. Good for them. We appreciate head coach Adam Neese and his time. We also have a score update from one of our boys' teams, the Winamac Warriors. At the end of the first quarter, of course, they are taking on Triton tonight. We've talked about Triton being an interesting team this season. The Warriors are trailing 9-3. It sounds like both teams are feeling each other out and getting some good looks, so that is early in the Winamac Warriors game. Oh, no, my gosh, they just updated this. That was a fast second quarter. 19-15 now is the score, so the Warriors crawl back. They had 3 points in the first quarter. They are able to score 12 in the second. They only allow 10 from Triton, so it's 19-15. Both teams playing good defense, it sounds like. It also sounds like the Warriors need to clean up the turnovers, and they will be fine. That is from the Winamac Warriors Athletic X page on Twitter, X, I guess it's formerly Twitter, but on X, shout out to the Winamac Warriors Athletics for updating that and letting us know. But a big-time game there. We'll also see some other score updates. But in our game, the historic rivalry between the Knox Redskins and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays sees the Jays lead the Skins 22-11. We're taking a break and coming back after this.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, apparel, and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551 and ask for Tina if you want to look cool like the KVB crew. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue this tradition. Second half action on the way.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Kankakee Valley Broadcasting bringing you Indiana high school basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
From historic Harold Weinberg Gymnasium in Knox, Indiana, we welcome you back for second half action on WKVI. It's the rivalry nobody misses. I'm Mitch Columbi, and we are back in action to start the second half. Bryce Vanice has it for the Redskins. He kicks it up top to Kane Weber, then swings it over to Tegan Johnson. Same starting five for the Redskins. The Jays as well, they are in that 2-3 zone. That's what they want to stay in. Dirk Cuff back out up top to Cole Jordan. Jordan back out, Kane Weber. Weber, then to Dirk Cuff. Huff. Then to Cole Jordan, then to Kane Weber. Weber brings it back out, then to Dirk Huff. Huff picks up his dribble inside the three-point line, then back to Tegan Johnson. Johnson back to Kane Weber, then over to Dirk Huff, then back to Tegan Johnson. Then over to Bryson Venice, then up top to Kane Weber, then over to Dirk Huff, then back to Tegan Johnson. Then to Cole Jordan, then to Kane Weber, then to Bryson Venice, then to Tegan Johnson, then to Dirk Huff. They're not attacking. Huff out up top, and the Jays will let this happen. They're back in man now. They switched out of the zone. Back out up top to Cole Jordan. They started in zone, and now they went back to man on this possession. Swings it over to Cole Jordan. Now to Tegan Johnson, then to Dirk Huff. Step back deep, two. No, big time three. Dirk Huff, 22-14. He creates the space. The Jays go to man, and the Redskins attack. Christensen, tried to get it to Josiah McDaniel. It goes through his leg, so it is a turnover for the Jays here, 22-14. That's a huge three from Dirk Huff. His foot may have been on the line, but that's neither here nor there. Bryce Venice, far side of the floor, then to Tegan Johnson. Johnson, then to Dirk Huff. Now the Jays back in the zone. It's like a game of chess. Back to Dirk Huff, almost lost it, saves it to the far corner. Tegan Johnson, then back to Dirk Huff. In the passing lane was Owen Radke. He tips it right out of bounds, and it'll stay a Redskin basketball. The Jays kind of toying with the Redskins. A little zone, and we'll do a little man. Then we'll do a little zone, and we'll do a little man. Staying in that zone now, 2-3. Huff. Inside of the free throw line. Tegan Johnson, then to Kane Weber, far corner. Dirk Huff for three, in and out, no good, and rebounded by Xander Nowak. He gets it to Javen Christensen, and here comes Christensen. Pushes it forward to Josiah McDaniel. Three on the way. Yes, sir. Big time three. Josiah McDaniel, 25-14, back to an 11-point ball game. That's Josiah's second three of the night, 6th point. Into the right elbow, Tegan Johnson, then back out to Cole Jordan, swings it over, far side of the floor. Dirk Huff pops it from the short corner, 15 feet, in and out, couldn't get it to go. Saved by Tegan Johnson, right back to Kane Weber, couldn't get it to go. Third chance opportunity, no, it's stolen by the Jays, then it's stolen back by the Redskins. Here comes Dirk Huff between his legs, 4:50 to go in the third, 25-14. The Redskins need to put something together here. Huff to the left elbow, to Kane Weber, then out to the near corner, Bryson Venice. They're starting to get it. They're flashing someone high to the left or right elbow. That's exactly what you need to do. Jordan, then back to the far side. There's Kane Weber flashing to the elbow. Back out up top to Cole Jordan. Then to the near corner, Bryson Venice driving in, baseline from 16, couldn't get it to go, and it is out of bounds. The Jays will have it. The Redskins are catching on, flashing high, flashing to the elbow, flashing to the free throw line, and then someone could come baseline. A lot of things could happen once you get it in the middle on a zone. Back on the other end of the floor, the Redskins in man-to-man. The Jays have it. They swing it over to Josiah McDaniel, then back over to Xander Nowak, then to Owen Radke. Here comes to the right elbow. It's Javen Christensen driving in, almost lost it, saves it, and he is called for a double dribble. We remind you the starters for the Redskins tonight and who is on the floor right now. Kane Weber, Cole Jordan, Dirk Huff, Bryson Venice, and Tegan Johnson. For the Jays, Logan Pradke will check in. Javen Christensen will check out. So now for the Jays, it's Logan Pradke, Owen Radke, Xander Nowak, Cole Wilcox, and Josiah McDaniel. Cole Jordan gets it back to the top of the key. It's Bryson Venice, then swings it over to Cole Jordan. Jordan back to Venice, then swings it over. Dirk Huff, far side of the floor. Back out up top, Venice swings it over near corner, Cole Jordan. Jordan inside to Tegan Johnson, then back out to Huff, far corner. Huff back out up top, Bryson Venice. Venice then to Jordan. Jordan back to Venice. Venice back to Jordan. And head coach Jason Breeden will call a timeout. He's trying to get them to understand to flash high. They're doing that at the elbow. They're just not fully understanding it quite yet. They're going to get it. As time goes on, more teams will play them in zone, and it's only a matter of time before you can figure out a zone. When I played basketball, I was licking my chops on a zone. You just sit there on the corner if you're a shooter, let the guys attack, kick out, wide open three. That's all I had. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by McGrath if I got in. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by McGrath Refrigeration, a family-owned business since 1967, and your local Armstrong Air dealer. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs at 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right. It's very important on a 2-3 if you're on offense. The guards have got to be active. When the guards start standing around and passing it up top, that's what the zone wants. They want to take a break. They want to get a breather. They'll just keep their arms up. Their length will make the passing lanes look very small. If you're the guards, it's their job to make it tough on the top two defenders of that zone and get it inside to make those lower three guys move around and shift, and that's when guys can get open. Huff, top of the key, swings it near side of the floor. Bryson Manise stolen almost by Owen Radke, but Dirk Huff stole it back. Big time three from Huff. He gets it to go. Hit the front of the rim, and it just skied high and went right through the net. 25-17 now. Big three from Dirk Huff. Second of the quarter. On the other end of the floor, another big three from the Jays is missed, rebounded by the Redskins. Here's Huff now. A little fast feed action, gets it back to Cole Jordan. Back to man for the Jays. They are really toying with the Redskins. Now inside to Tegan Johnson, then back out to Dirk Huff, driving baseline. And he will trip and unfortunately be called for a travel. And you can tell that's what the Jays are doing. They're doing that on purpose. Once the Redskins start to get an idea of how to work the 2-3, then the Jays switch to man. Near side of the floor, it's Logan Pradke. Up top to Xander Nowak. Swings it over to Christian Ingram. Then to the far side of the court, it is Cole Wilcox. Stolen by Dirk Huff. Here he comes. He's going to step back three ball. No good. He had space to drive in, but he'd rather shoot the three. No good. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Jays. The Redskins are bailed out. They will get another opportunity here. Out of bounds play underneath their own basket. Huff only had one Jay to beat. Huff kicks it out up top to Cole Jordan. Now back to Huff. Huff back to Jordan. Jordan back to Huff. Then to the far corner, Johnson. Then back to Huff. Up top to Jordan. Then inside to Johnson. And it's tipped out of bounds. He tried to get it back to Dirk Huff, far corner. And the Jays poke it out of bounds. Checking in for the Jays is Eli Radke. Checking out is Cole Wilcox. At this juncture, 1:41 to go in the third. 25-17. The Blue Jays lead their historic rival, the Knox Redskins. Cole Jordan kicks it over to Dirk Huff, then back to Jordan, swings it over to Bryson Manise. Now to the short corner, Kane Weber, dump off to Tegan Johnson, couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Kane Weber, and his putback is good. Like to see more of him on the inside. As here's Logan Pradke getting it in. Oh, he's called for a travel. He tried to get it to the free throw line, and they're saying he took too many steps. So another turnover for the Jays here. And head coach Kent Cheatham wants to call a timeout. The Redskins have brought this game within 6. It was an 11-point game. They have been fighting this third quarter with 1:17 to go. We thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Hey, Mark's Body Shop here in Knox is proud to be part of this broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Culver's Portside Marina is part of the broadcast. They always make sure your boat is ready for the winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, contact Culver's Portside Marina at 574-842-5000. Call Culver's Portside Marina for a great gift under the Christmas tree. Could you imagine coming down Christmas morning and seeing a wave runner or a jet ski under your tree? Call Culver's Portside Marina. Back in action, the Redskins have it. It's Dirk Huff, top of the key, at the volleyball line. Man-to-man from the Jays. Owen Radke on him. 1 minute to go here in the third. 25-19. The Redskins need something here. In the third quarter on a high note, Weber picks up his dribble, stolen by Christian Ingram. Here he comes. Redskins trailing. Cole Jordan steals it from behind, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by him, but he saves the fast break from happening. And now we'll see Cole Wilcox and Josiah McDaniel come back in. Xander Nowak and Owen Radke will check out. So for the Jays, it's Eli Radke, Cole Wilcox, Logan Pradke, Christian Ingram, and Josiah McDaniel. Pradke kicks it in to Cole Wilcox, back to Pradke. Driving in, back to the near corner. Josiah McDaniel inside of the left block. It's Cole Wilcox turning around. Couldn't get it to go, but he is fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. They're going to call it on Kane Weber. So Cole Wilcox gets two. That's the first foul in this quarter for both teams. Wow. First free throw from Wilcox, in and out, no good, as tonight's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. LAP Waste is a woman-owned waste management company. Quick, reliable, next-day delivery service for dumpsters and containers. Get rid of your waste as easily and efficiently as possible. Call them at 574-542-4019 and waste less with LAP Waste. Second free throw's no good. The Jays save it, though, for another opportunity. They shoot a three on the far side of the floor. It's no good, keeping it 25-19 with 20 seconds to go in the third. The Redskins have it. Bryson Vanese near side of the floor, back out up top to Cole Jordan. Head coach Jason Breeden is saying one shot here. Last 13 seconds of the third. Redskins want to end it on a high note. They need the energy to go to the fourth, that's for sure. As here's Dirk Huff spinning around, getting inside, almost loses it. Back out to Bryson Vanese near corner, then to Dirk Huff. Last 2 seconds. Step back three. No good, and that is the end of the third. 25-19. The Jays only get 3 points in that quarter. Quite an impressive defensive effort from the Redskins. Also great offense. They got 8 points. We're going to take a break and come back. Fourth quarter action is on the way.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration, your local Armstrong dealer, a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere. Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989. Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Back at Harold Weinberg, Mitch Columbi here for the battle nobody misses. It's the rivalry everyone loves, the Knox Redskins and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. 25-19, the Jays lead. The Redskins are coming back as the Jays have it. Lob pass to C.J. Sanchez on the inside, almost stolen by the Redskins, saved by Logan Pradke. He drives inside, and now a loose ball foul will be called. They're going to call it on Dirk Huff for the Redskins here. That's his first of the night. As we enter the fourth quarter, 7:44 to go in the ball game. You can feel the tension in the air, these two teams. Like we had talked about in the pregame show, I've talked to some boys. I won't name names or on which team, but what they said is if you lose to the Redskins or if you lose to the Blue Jays, don't even bother coming home tonight. That's how much this rivalry means, as here's a big splash from Josiah McDaniel. Huge three, 28-19. and he is having a night. His third three of the night. He had the only 3 points the Jays had in the third, so now here he is in the fourth. He gets a 3 to go. 28-19, they lead as here's the Redskins, other end of the floor. Cole Jordan driving baseline, couldn't get it to go off the glass. Rebounded by Eli Radke. He gets it to Cole Wilcox, and Wilcox will take his time crossing the timeline. He knows let that clock tick. We're in no hurry. We're trying to get this win and go home. Logan Pradke, far side of the floor. Oh, nice little move there. The Euro worked for Logan Pradke, and he gets it off the glass. The Jays are opening things up here in the fourth, 30-19, and head coach Jason Breeden will call the timeout. Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express of Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Expressway. Collins Insurance is part of the broadcast, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. We also thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Finally, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5 Star. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5 Star in the Knox Mall. Big time shout out to a good friend of mine, graduated college at Vincennes, went to Vincennes, I should say. Scott Blessing is here in the house. You may notice he has some cameras set up. He's doing a documentary on Indiana high school basketball. He reached out and said, hey, can you do that? And I said, well, if you're going to do it, it's got to be this game. You can't miss the rivalry nobody misses. So we appreciate Scott Blessing being here, getting a taste of this rivalry action here in Stark County. Bryce Venice, top of the key. Dancing around, Eli Radke on him. Kicks it over to Dirk Huff. Josiah McDaniel on him. Huff crossing over. Then kicks it over to Cole Jordan. Jordan back to Huff. Huff, top of the key. Step back three. No good. Rebounded by Cole Wilcox. Wilcox to bring it forward here. He'll cross the timeline. 5:58 to go in the ball game. 30-19. The Jays lead. Pradke back up top, Josiah McDaniel. McDaniel to Eli Radke. Radke inside to Cole Wilcox, flashing. Now he gets to the right block, puts a shot up. He was triple teamed, blocked by the Redskins, saved by Logan Pradke. Back out, no, stolen by Dirk Huff. They tried to find Josiah McDaniel in the far corner, and now Dirk Huff crosses the timeline. Kicks it over, far side of the floor. Back up top to Tegan Johnson. Kane Weber. Then to Johnson. Then to Dirk Huff. Back to Kane Weber. Then over to Bryce Venice. Then to Tegan Johnson. Then to Dirk Huff. Huff. Josiah McDaniel on him. He attacks. Goes inside. Off the glass. No good. And he's called for a charge. So he gets aggressive and goes inside. The Jays set their feet. Justin Downs will come in. Dirk Huff will check out here. Back to an 11-point ball game. The Jays lead here. 5 minutes to go in the game. Logan Pradke, other end of the floor. Oh, he's tripped. And I don't know who they're going to call a foul on. He lost his footing and took a lot of steps. And then we hear a whistle. Oh, they're going to give it to the Redskins on Tegan Johnson. So an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Jays to take it out. It's Logan Pradke. Pradke slaps the ball. Here comes the play. Kicks it out far corner. Eli Radke stepped on the line. Thought he had enough space, so a turnover for the Jays. Dirk Huff will check back in for Justin Downs. Looks like they just wanted Huff not to pick up any fouls on defense and then hurrying up to get him back out on offense. He's scoring some points tonight. They need him to do more of it. Bryce Venice, far side of the floor, then back up top. Tegan Johnson, then swings it over to Kane Weber. Weber, then back to Tegan Johnson. Johnson, here he comes up top. It's Bryce Venice. Oh, stolen by the Jays. Cole Wilcox comes up with it. Eli Radke got his hand in there. So did C.J. Sanchez. Here's another three from Josiah McDaniel, far corner. No good. Rebounded by Bryson Vanice. Here come the Redskins. Little pressure from Logan Pradke. Dirk Huff. Here he comes. Last 4:15 of the ball game. Down by 11. The Redskins need something here. Now. Huff swings it near side of the floor. Cole Jordan then back out up top to Kane Weber. Weber, then to Bryson Vanice. I'd put Weber on the block. Then up top to Dirk Huff, then swings it over to Tegan Johnson, then to Bryson Vanice. Near side of the floor, driving baseline, crossover, back out up top. Cole Jordan pops the three. No good, too hard. Fight for the rebound. Logan Pradke comes up with it for the Jays. Josiah McDaniel crosses the timeline. Crossing over, Dirk Huff going inside. Euro, beautiful play, Josiah McDaniel. There is the play we've been waiting for from him. Flashes from last year. He's looking good on that ankle as it's now 32-19. The Jays in control with 3:20 to go in the fourth. Here's Dirk Huff. Back to Kane Weber is in three-point lane with three-point land with C.J. Sanchez on him. Then back to Dirk Huff. Huff spinning around, getting inside, and a reach-in foul's called. It might be time, and maybe it's too late, but Kane is really hanging out up top. If you can get him down on the block, even with C.J. Sanchez on you, Kane is the type of player, he can create space. Just because of the height difference between him and C.J. Sanchez doesn't mean Kane can't provide something on the interior. As the Redskins kick it in. And a travel will be called on the Jays. They almost stole it. Logan Pradke is getting in a lot of plays. He has a nose for the ball. Dirk Huff to take it out in front of the Redskins bench. He kicks it out to Cole Jordan, then back to Dirk Huff. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Back to Kane Weber up top, then swings it over to Bryson Vanice, then to Tegan Johnson, then back to Dirk Huff. Huff. And now we have a whistle. You know, with Kane being out up top, even C.J. Sanchez is sagging off of him, but Kane isn't looking for the three-point opportunity. So I don't know if Kane can shoot that shot or not. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm just saying if he's not going to shoot that, then let's get our big-bodied guy down inside. Even if he doesn't shoot it, at least he's already positioning himself to hopefully block out and get a rebound. That's just my observation. I mean, CJ, when Kane gets it at the top of the key, you're seeing CJ way off of him back at the free throw line, and anybody that can shoot a three is going to pop that in your face. Keener Construction is a proud supporter of all local high school sports. Call Chad Keen at Keener Construction today for all your construction needs at 574-806-1387. Let Keener Construction build you a home today. Osborne Advantage Real Estate is a proud sponsor of local high school sports and would love the opportunity to make you feel right at home in Stark County. Call them today at 574-896-2567. Sideline Automotive is a hometown proud auto care shop, recently voted Stark County's best for tires and oil changes. Call Joe today at 574-249-5537. Out of the timeout, the Redskins will have it. 32-19 is the score. The Redskins haven't scored a single point in this quarter. They had 19 to end the third. And here we are with 2:45 to go in the fourth. That's a lot of time without points, especially in this game. Out of bounds play underneath their own basket. Dirk Huff to take it out. Kicks it up top to Kane Weber. Back to Dirk Huff, far side of the floor. Now he's dribbling. Step back three. Dirk Huff, no good. Rebounded by Josiah McDaniel. Then he gets it to Cole Wilcox. He'll bring it forward. Dirk Huff is covering him full court. Wilcox will beat it, crosses the timeline, gets it to Eli Radke. Then hands off to Josiah McDaniel. Back to Eli Radke. Then to Josiah. Then over to Owen Radke. Cole Wilcox now far side of the floor. Then gets it to Xander Nowak. Nowak inside to Eli Radke, and a foul will be called on the floor. Looks like it'll be on the Redskins. They're going to call it on Bryson Vanice, his second foul of the night with 2:12 to go in the ball game. Out of bounds play underneath their own basket. Owen Radke to take it out. Gets it to the right block. It's Cole Wilcox spinning around, using his body. Couldn't get it to go, and rebounded by Kane Weber. He can get in there and make things happen. I'm telling you. Let him eat, man. Let him eat on the inside. Bryson Venice, near side of the floor. Looks like a zone from the Jays. They switch back to it. Cole Jordan swings it over to Dirk Cuff. They tried to get it to the left elbow to Kane Weber, almost stolen by the Jays, saved by the Redskins, and head coach Jason Breeden will call a timeout with 1:43 to go in the ball game. L&D Farms is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They are no stranger to hard work and dedication and recognize the structure and discipline that goes into playing sports and being part of a team. L&D Farms wishes all local teams good luck this season. Local Union USW 9551 is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They believe in the future of these young adults and wish them luck as they take on their opponents this season. Finally, Randall's Funeral Home of Hamlet and Coons Lake have been proud supporters of local high school sports since 1952. Contact them today at 574-867-3321 for Hamlet or 574-586-2120. for Coons Lake. We invite you to stay tuned for the Collins Insurance post-game show. We'll have our Stark County Co-op play of the game. Also, our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. That's all coming up in the Collins Insurance post-game show. We'll also see if we can find some scores from our other area teams in action tonight. We cover 8 total teams here at WKVI. We'll check on that in the post-game show as the Redskins have it. Back up top to Cole Jordan. 1:25 to go, 32-19. The Redskins trail. They need some urgency here. Bryson Venice looking at the zone, then back out up top to Cole Jordan. Deep three on the way. Could not get it to go, and it's rebounded by Owen Radke. It just feels like the Redskins lost some steam here. They had it in the third, and then the fourth, they just lost it. As here it's the inside to Xander Nowak. He couldn't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. The putback's no good. In and out and rebounded by Kane Weber. He gets it to Dirk Cuff, who crosses the timeline under 60 seconds to go in the ball game. Chucks a three, top of the key. No good. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Redskins, and the Jays will have it. 49.2 seconds, 32-19. The Jays lead this historic rivalry. Nobody misses. Wilcox back to Josiah McDaniel, then back to Wilcox, then back to McDaniel. Swings it over to Owen Radke. The Jays don't want to shoot it. They want to hold it the rest of the game. Here come the Redskins, though. Back to Owen Radke, driving in, picks up his dribble, back out up top to Josiah McDaniel. Smart play there by Owen. Here comes the double. Josiah McDaniel gets rid of it to Eli Radke. Lobs up to Owen Radke, and he will lay it off the glass. Owen Radke gets on the board with that lay-in, 34-19. Last 10 seconds of the ball game. Dirk Cuff going inside, up and under, and no good. He's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. It stops the clock at 9.7 seconds to go. Great third quarter from the Redskins. The Jays just had a better fourth. Remember, the Jays only scored 3 in the third as Huff misses the first of 2. The Jays only scored 3 in the third. Here in the fourth, they've scored 9. Second free throw from Huff on the way. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Xander Nowak. Nowak back to Cole Wilcox. Last 5 seconds here, and that will be the end of the ball game. The North Judson-San Blue Jays beat their historic rival, the Knox Redskins, here at historic Harold Weinberg Gymnasium. Another rivalry matchup in the books here at KVB's WKVI. You know we've been covering this game since 1969, and that's a fact. We're going to take a break and come back. The Collins Insurance postgame show is up next. We will have our Stark County Co-op play of the game as well as our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. That's all up next. Don't go anywhere.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration your local Armstrong dealer a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
When you are considering buying or selling a property, you can't be too careful. The forms, the regulations, the inspections. You need someone who is experienced to help you with the process. The professionals at Welcome Mat Real Estate are experienced in residential and agricultural, both important for our area. And they can help you with your 1031 exchange as well. Call Welcome Mat Real Estate at 574-896-5138. And a friendly hand will hold you as you work through your real estate transaction.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show.
34-19 is the final as the North Judson-San Blue Jays beat their rival, their heated rival, here on December 20th of 2024. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on KVB's WKVI. Well, another historic one for the Archives. Big game, 11-7 at the end of the first. The Jays led. Then at the end of the second, 22-11, the Jays led. This was the big quarter for the Redskins. The third quarter, they only allowed 3 points from the Jays. So where the Jays scored 11 in the first, 11 in the second, they only scored 3 in the third. And then in the fourth, they scored 9, ending it at 34-19. The Redskins had 7 in the first. They got to 11. They only scored 4 in the second. And then their big third quarter, they scored 8, but it was really a defensive effort by them. But they didn't score any points in that fourth quarter, and that really is the story I'm sure head coach Jason Breeden would talk about with us in the postgame show if he has an opportunity to speak with us. Of course, we give all of our coaches that opportunity and put that out there. Man, I'll tell you what, we talked about it in the pregame show. I wondered if the Jays would throw a little 2-3 at them, and they did. They did. They started in man-to-man just to see how they'd fare mano-a-mano, just like I had thought. They switched to the zone because we saw the Redskins 10 days ago have some trouble. Now remember, this Redskin team is young. You know, they started 3 freshmen tonight, so you have to understand these young guys are playing varsity action as freshmen. They were in 8th grade just a few months ago. Most people, when they're freshmen, are either on the freshman team or the JV team. They have been asked to start varsity against guys that are juniors and seniors like Josiah McDaniel, Cole Wilcox, and then CJ Sanchez, the big guy on the inside. So you really have to remember that why the Redskins may have trouble with the zone is because they haven't really seen it that much, maybe at the younger levels. So they're getting a taste of varsity action here early on in the season. The Redskins, unfortunately, will now go to 0-4 on the season. The Jays, though, they are looking very good. That was their 3rd win in a row this week, as the Jays will now go, like I said, they were 2-1 coming into tonight, so now they're 3-1, and they have yet to play an opponent in the Hoosier North Athletic Conference. But the Redskins still struggling here early, 0-4 now on the year, a tough loss for the Redskins. Some other area scores. We talked about it a little earlier. We had a chance to catch up with Adam Neese, head coach of the Culver Lady Cavaliers. What a big win it was for them over South Bend Career Academy, 62-4. They only allowed 4 points in that game. And then at the end of the third quarter, 12 minutes ago from Winamac Warriors Athletics, Looks like the Warriors are trailing Triton 40-21 right now is the score in that game. Well, we will have our Stark County Co-op play of the game, also our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game coming up. We look at stats real quick here. Connor Leinhart came in and had good minutes. He had 3 points total, and then Kane Weber had 5. The main leader, was Dirk Huff. He had 11 on the night. So that is where the Redskins stood. On the Blue Jays side of things, leading scorer was Josiah McDaniel with 11 points himself. Right behind him was Xander Nowak with 8. Again, this is all unofficial. I was doing the play-by-play, the color, and I was keeping track of stats up here. So again, this is all unofficial. Xander Nowak with 8. Then behind him, CJ Sanchez with 5. Cole Wilcox with 4. Javen Christensen with 2. Owen Radke with 2. And Logan Pradke with 2, which makes the final score 34-19. Well, we'll take a break and come back. We've got to figure out what our Stark County Co-op play of the game is. I see down on the court both athletic directors, Neil Minix for the Knox Redskins and Mike Sharkozy for the North Judson-San Blue Jays. You remember this game was originally scheduled the night before Thanksgiving in that girls and boys doubleheader. They were trying to find out a date. This was several weeks ago. They were trying to find out a date that would work for this game, and this was the day that they had come upon, and really I thought it was perfect. Right around Christmas, a lot of former Blue Jays were here in the stands. I saw a lot of graduates come back with their families. Same with the Redskins. It was a family affair here tonight. A good showing from both the Blue Jay Nation and Redskin Nations, as it looks like we'll have an opportunity to talk with head coach of the North Judson-San Blue Jays. It is Kent Cheesem. And Coach, it was funny because I had talked about it in the Coca-Cola pregame show. I had said, I don't know what the Jays are going to do, but based on what we saw the Redskins go up against in Winnemac 10 days ago, they don't like the zone. I said, but I'd start out with man-to-man just to see how we do mano-a-mano, which is exactly what you do, and then you went to 2-3.
Maybe you're in the wrong profession, man.
Yeah, I'm around you guys too much.
No, they do a nice job running their offense. You know, Coach has only been here, what probably seems to him a few weeks.
Yeah.
And getting his system in. They run a lot of screens, more than we've seen all year. In fact, you could probably count the number of screens we had to defend tonight, and it's more than all the other games that we've seen combined. And so they did a really nice job with that. We did not create very many turnovers tonight out of our man-to-man, and that's something we needed to do. I mean, yeah, I'm looking up there at the scoreboard and holding them to 19 points. That's a pretty good effort by us, but we didn't get out in transition. We didn't take care of the opportunities that we did have when we got turnovers or created turnovers. So, and we missed some bunnies inside.
Yeah.
It kind of disappoints me, but yeah, that's kind of what it is. You get in a rivalry game.
This game, it's weird, isn't it?
It is kind of a strange game, and I'm sure they're thinking that they maybe gave some away of some opportunities too.
Yeah.
So that's just the way the ball bounces.
Yeah, you had 11 in the first, then you had 11 in the second. This was the big quarter for the Redskins. They held you to just 3 points in that third quarter. But then in the fourth quarter, you didn't allow them to score at all. It was 25-19 at the end of the third. It's 34-19 at the end of the game. What do you think? What would you say there to start the fourth quarter?
Well, you guys always ask us what we say.
Well, I wonder.
I know, but
I'd like a mic in there.
If I had magic words, it really is about our kids and them just digging down a little bit and deciding we're going to get stops. I thought we handled the ball just a little bit better there. Got Josiah back tonight, which was huge for us. He does so many things.
I had him for 11.
Yeah, he gets 11 points. He hit a couple really big threes for us. And some of the things he did defensively in guarding their screening action was really intelligent. It's off the charts basketball IQ from a guy like him who really hasn't had any game experience this year. So really feel good about him. CJ Sanchez had his best game tonight.
I had him for 5.
Yeah, and he played really well on both ends and had several rebounds in there as well.
Yeah.
He was tower strength, and Xander again. When you get two guys like that, and we even played them together.
6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, it's nice, and those guys are pretty mobile and pretty strong. So,
And then Cole Wilcox, he gets in there. He's a little bulldog.
Yeah, he is. We got contributions from everybody tonight. I just think we could have played a little bit better, but you got to give some credit to the other team. They're trying not to let you play well.
Right. Well, it was an interesting game. Of course, we'll talk more in depth tomorrow morning on the Saturday Sports Line. It's always an honor to talk with you, Coach. I appreciate you being here. Good win for you tonight.
I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, that is head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. It is Kent Cheatham. Big win tonight, 34-19, as the Jays move on to 3-1. Always a pleasure to talk with him. He's such a great guy, great coach too. We were talking about it the other day with Terry Minix, and Terry made the comment, I can say it now that Kent's walked away. Terry made the comment, Kent is probably one of the best high school basketball coaches in the state of Indiana. And I said, wow, that is quite a compliment coming from you, Terry. Of course, Terry Minix, a two-time state champion head coach for the Oregon Davis Lady Cats. I mean, he knows the game of basketball. But when you look at Kent Cheatham, this is his 30th season as a high school basketball head coach. You look at the guy, you wouldn't know it. I mean, he stays in such great shape. He obviously works out. 389 wins in his 30th, now 390. That was 390 wins. That's his 390th win tonight. In the 30 years he's been coaching, no stranger to the game of basketball. Of course, this is his 5th season with the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, but he's been coaching since 1995, where he had stints in Clinton Prairie, then at Covington from 05 to 15, then Lagodi all the way down near Vincennes from 16 to 19, and then he finds himself way up here in North Judson the last 5 years, and his best season was last year, where they won a regional championship with the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. So Kent Cheatham has been around for a long time. He knows the game of basketball, and it's always an honor to talk with him. Quite a win tonight for the Jays, 34-19. We're going to take a break and come back for our Stark County Co-op play of the game.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere. Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989. Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Let's return to the voice of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
34-19 is the final as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays beat their historic heated rival Knox Redskins here at Harold Weinberg Gymnasium. It's time for our Stark County Co-op play of the game. And when you do the game by yourself, you kind of have to, well, what play? You know, usually I'm relying on Terry here. But to me, there really wasn't a single or a singular play that stood out to me. What stood out to me was the zone defense from the Jays. It really stalled the Redskins. They still are trying to learn how to attack the zone. So for me, the play of the game was deciding to go zone. We talked with head coach Kent Cheatham. I said in the pregame show I'd start man-to-man, mano-a-mano, then go to zone, and what did he end up doing? That's exactly what he ended up doing, and the Redskins just really had a tough time with that zone. So for that fact, playing the zone defense by the Jays, to me, was the play of the game. The Stark County Co-op play of the game. We'll take a break and come back. Our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game is up next. You're listening to the Collins Insurance Postgame Show on KVB's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
One thing that I always hope for is a white Christmas. It just really reminds me of my childhood and being with the family. This is Mitch Columby wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The spirit of Christmas lives every day right here on K99.3 WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. Mitch?
Appreciate you, John. It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson-San Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. Well, we'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-Star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. Well, he had quite the coming out party tonight. He's been out due to injury. He wears number 2 for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. It's Josiah McDaniel. He had 3 big-time threes from behind the arc. He also had a nice little attack play right off the glass, so good job by getting those 11 points to the man of the hour, our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game, Josiah McDaniel. You can go home tonight, Josiah. Good for you. Big win for the Jays, 34-19, as another historic battle nobody misses on WKVI comes to a close. KVB's WKVI Sports is back in action, though, tomorrow night, as we will be in Hamlet, Indiana, to see the Oregon Davis Bobcats host the Tri-Township Tigers. 2 of our area teams clash for some boys basketball action. We will be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. That's right here on 99.3 FM and streaming throughout the world on WKVI.com. We also remind you to join us tomorrow morning for the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and online at WKVI.com. If you missed the Saturday Sports Line, don't worry. We remind you of the Saturday Sports Line replay every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Hey, follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Some other scores coming in. The Winamac Warriors unfortunately fall to Triton. 61-38 was the final. A tough loss for the Winamac Warriors, and we saw the Warriors 10 days ago. Very, very good team. So that just tells you Triton must seriously be making some noise this year. So big win for Triton, tough loss for the Winamac Warriors. In our game, our final was the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays beating their historic rival, the Knox Redskins, 34-19. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School basketball. For our in-game announcer, John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, L&D Farms, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, USW Local 9551, Collins Insurance, McGrath Refrigeration, Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack, Kankakee Valley REMC, Osborne Advantage Real Estate, Keener Construction, LAP Waste, Sideline Automotive, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Here's the three in the corner on the way! Yes! Yes! Big time three and a big